The United Nations has designated 2025 as the International Year of Glaciers Preservation to highlight the importance of glaciers and ensure that those relying on them and those affected by cryospheric processes receive the necessary hydrological, meteorological and climate services. These efforts underscore the critical role mountain regions play as a key source of global freshwater and ecosystem services. The theme of the UN's International Year of Glaciers Preservation 2025 is Glacier Preservation, which emphasizes the urgent need to protect glaciers and their vital role in the climate system and water cycle, focusing on the impact of rapid glacial melt globally. Meanwhile, a UN report has warned that saving glaciers is crucial for the planet's survival, as all 19 global glacier regions have lost mass in 2024. The World Meteorological Organization says that the past 5 years saw the fastest glacier retreat on record, with 275,000 glaciers shrinking due to climate change.
2021 to 2024, the glacier mass loss over that 3-year period was the most negative 3-year glacier mass balance on record. And in 2024 itself, there were exceptional losses in Norway, Sweden, Svalbard and the tropical Andes. And you can see that the rate of glacier loss has increased over time.
A tiny, wingless insect known as the Patagonian ice dragon is fighting for survival as global warming threatens its glacier habitat. The insect, which measures just 15 millimeters in length, is one of the few creatures adapted to life in the harsh freezing conditions of the glaciers. The Patagonian dragon was first discovered in the 1950s and was believed to be extinct until its rediscovery in 2001. The insect plays a crucial role in maintaining the health of the glaciers, acting as a natural filter by feeding on organic matter, dust and bacteria. As the glaciers melt due to climate change, the Patagonian dragon's habitat is disappearing. And we are joined now by Dr. Vibha Dhawan, DG TERI, the Energy and Resource Institute, to discuss the ever-important subject of preserving glaciers. Welcome, ma'am, to DD India News Hour. Well, to begin with, why was the need felt to observe a World Glacier Day separate from days like the World Environment Day, World Ozone Day and Earth Day?
Well, really speaking, glaciers are as important as the other subjects that you have discussed. Why they are important? Where does the water come during summer months? And if we look at rivers, they most originate from the mountains. And glaciers are the source of providing water to the rivers. And that's what takes care of water security when we don't, or during the months when monsoon is not there. And that water, it's used for irrigation. So that's how we grow our crops. That water also feeds all the cities, all the rural areas and so on. Now, let's look into that, why it is so important, and the figures which you have just mentioned about the receding of glaciers. This water, it's like you have glaciers, you can consider it as a bank. You have banks for supplying you water during summer months or non-monsoon months. If your money in the bank, you are basically like, we survive, we are having interest on that, and that is what the usual melting of glaciers. It will, every year there will be fresh deposition of soil, snow, and that is what is being fed. But if you start consuming the glaciers which have been built over years and years, temporarily you will have more water, but ultimately you will have less water. And we, and especially India, if we look at, we are already a water scarce country. And therefore, if the water in our rivers will reduce further, perhaps it would be very difficult for humankind to survive even. And already we have seen fights or confusion between various states. We are talking of pollution in water, and one of the main reasons over there is less of water. So if that water is going to reduce further, it is going to be a crisis situation kind of thing. And it is not just that they have impact on our rivers alone. It is that they are going to impact globally.
Yeah.
Even if you look at rivers, because rivers also flow from one country to the other, and therefore it should not be that that leads to political instability as well. So we should be very careful about it.
So what are the steps, financial and other, required to be taken by the international community to achieve the objectives of the World Glacier Day?
Well, when we talk of Glacier Day or we talk of climate change, melting of glaciers is happening due to the changing climate. It is happening because of increase in temperature. And therefore, we really have to take care of our climate. And therefore, again, it is not one step, it is everything. We really have to look into how our energy is produced, how sustainable it is, how much of industrialization. Is our development sustainable? Because it should not be sustainability or you sacrifice sustainability at the cost of development. The two has to coexist, and therefore your entire planning has to be that we must ensure sustainable development. We have to move towards green skilling, green jobs, greening of industry, and so on. And in that connection, I'll say, and I must compliment PM Modi ji as Government of India, his entire cabinet, because we have already said as a developing nation, while we are on the growth trajectory, that by 27 will be net zero. And that also provides us with a unique opportunity because unlike many other countries, when we say that 2/3 of the infrastructure is yet to be built in the country, we can actually ensure that it's all green. And when we say it is all green, we are actually will be showing way to the world that development can be sustainable. And it is in every policy that we are looking into the government policy, both at the state and the center level, that there is the policy initiatives are ensuring that we will be able to achieve net zero. Whether we are talking of electric vehicles, whether we are talking of solar rooftop, we are looking into other technologies, we are looking into the shipping sector, and again, we are saying it should be net zero, buildings, green buildings, certification. So in every sphere of life, we are trying to go as far as possible green, and that is what will, in a way, control increase in temperature. And that is how one can say that glaciers will also take care of themselves. But specifically for glaciers, we can't do much. It has to be with the climate change. But one thing we also have to be sensitive towards our mountains, and especially the development which is taking place in terms of increase in, I should say, resorts or human population, that also needs to be checked, and somewhere it should be according to the carrying capacity, and we must be sensitive towards the eco-fragile areas, and forests also must be preserved.
Yes, and in fact it is today the International Day of Forests as well. Thank you very much, Dr. Vibha Dhawanji, for joining us on DD India News Hour.
Thank you.
Thank you.